Let's get into this. A judge forced a power lifter to remove hair beads ahead of match. Now, you know, last month we celebrated the House passing the Crown Act. And so when we think about, you know, still having to deal with racism, discrimination, biasness, and we have to deal with this because they're still having a hard time, some people, adjusting to the fact that Black women and girls are going to wear beads in their hair. And just weeks later, after the celebration of the House passing the Crown Act, social media actually is in an uproar after a video surfaced of a Black female powerlifter being forced by a judge to remove her hair beads before she could compete. Now, that's wrong, and we've had this to happen before, where you know they have to take their braids out or take the beads out. Going to school, you can't wear your hair a certain way with the braids and things like that. And so here we are again dealing with this. And so hashtag Black girl in a powerlifting competition was told by one of the judges she could not continue to compete with beads in her hair. So other girls in the competition helped her remove her hashtag beads so she wouldn't be disqualified. The post was captioned. Now, wasn't that Crown Act law that was just passed supposed to prevent this? Black hair, continues to be controversial. Black women are 1.5 times more likely to be sent home from the workplace because of their hair. We still dealing with it, people. Standing on behalf of those individuals, whether my colleagues and whether my friends or whoever you are on the other side, recognize it or not, are discriminated against as children in schools, like I just said, adults. And now look, adults who are trying to get jobs. That's why you see a lot of women wearing, the lace fronts, the weaves, because look at what's going on. They feel like they have to wear their hair a certain way and it can't be natural in order to get a job, to go to a job interview. And there are some people who even think that having braids in your hair is not, or twists in your hair, or cornrows and a sister locks are not presentable hairstyles in the company that you are applying for a job for. And then individuals who are trying to get housing, individuals who simply want access to public accommodations and to be beneficiaries of federally funded programs. Representative Bonnie Coleman uh, Watson said in remarks on the House floor on the morning the bill passed. Now, this is really a shame, and it's like a violation of this person's rights, I'm telling you, and this is not going to go over very well because, again, you don't have a right to tell a Black woman how to wear their hair. And why are they denied these opportunities? Because these are folks in this society who get to make those decisions, who think because your hair is kinky, it is braided, it is in knots, or is not straight and blonde and light brown, that you somehow are not worthy of access to those issues or to even those you know uh benefits, you know employment, school, learning in school, and education. They just don't think so. So let me tell you, that is discrimination. And to me, it's no logical reason that anyone should be discriminated against on any level. And I'm keeping it real. Why? And why are you concerned about my hair? As long as it's clean, it's neat, that should not be a concern of some other race, but yet and still they think they know what's best for our hair. And a lot of times those weeds will take your hair out. Some people say yes, their hair is grown without, with it being in a weave, but sometimes those weeds take your hair out. They take your, your, what do you call it, the hairline. You know, it's we just have to take care of our natural hair because you know what, we are beautiful women, beautiful, 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 and it's just getting to be where you starting to think some things and you go, yeah, people just jealous. And yeah, I said it because you know what? It sounds like some jealousy to me because we can do a lot of things with our hair and it turns out to be a lot of different styles. And I used to wear different styles in my hair and I used to get that a lot. Oh, every time I see you have a different hairstyle. Why does that concern you? My hair is combed, it's neat, it's presentable, So why would that concern you? That used to be my question to myself. And then they want to touch your hair. Can I touch it? And I've told people, no, you cannot touch my hair. Because it's just disrespectful. And no, I don't know where your hands been. I don't want your dirty hands, fingers in my hair. And your fingernails may have stuff up under them. No, I don't want you touching my hair. And I've had to tell people that. Can I touch? No, you cannot touch my hair. So I'm just so tired of this nonsense. There's no logical reason that anyone should be discriminated against on any level because of the texture of their hair or the style of their hair. Nobody should be doing that. And the history of hair beads stretches way back, far back into the African history. Beads were symbols of wealth, spiritual rituals, and even fertility before the colonizer stepped foot onto the continent. And in my craft, you know, I one of my customers wanted me to make a bracelet, a really nice bracelet for fertility. And it's on I think it's on my Instagram page. And I did. And those beads, let me tell you, that is a beautiful set. And they were, natural stones and things like that. And I did a little uh, what do you call it? I did a write up. I did a write up on what the beads meant, each color of the bead and what the stone meant for fertility, because it is true. Even fertility, when women have fertility problems, those beads mean something. And so, and even when if you go to different countries, they are having spiritual rituals and they use beads. If you've ever been to, out of the country where they're doing, um, spiritual rituals and they use beads. And also, their beads can be a symbol of wealth also, and so it's just like, what is the reason in this day and age that you need to really worry about someone with beads in their hair? And so today they also are a symbol, if you look at it today, it's a symbol of self-expression. And it's also a tangible connection to the African roots. And so it really, you know, just becomes, I told you all, disappointment. I was telling you about all the disappointments that we face day in and day out. You know what I mean? And so this is just like another disappointment for a judge to harass a woman, to make her take her beads out of her hair before she can compete in a match. You know what I mean? Which is probably her livelihood. And so if she can't get those beads out, then she can't compete, which knocks her out of the competition. And she's probably a very, very good at it. That's why she made it so far. And now you have people all up in her head, which is humiliating, to take these beads out. So can you imagine trying to compete after you've had to go through that trauma of someone, people in your head taking beads out just so you can compete? Because you have to hurry up and get those beads out, because they're not going to give you a lot of time, because you have a biased judge who is discriminating against this athlete. And so we hope that this judge will never ever be able to judge anything again. But themselves, to sit down and judge themselves for their behavior. And this judge needs to be held accountable. And the ones that sat around and allowed this, they shouldn't be out there either, because we have to make some good decisions. And when you know something is wrong, you sit next to your colleague should have spoke up and said, no, you know what, the Crown Act passed. We can't do this. We cannot do this. And they don't even say anything. They just let it go on. Nobody speaks up when somebody else is doing wrong. As everybody remember, it ain't none of my business. It's none of my concern. And I have to beg to differ with that. When you know that your colleagues are doing wrong, you should be more than willing to step up and say, stop, don't do this, But no, just like those officers with George Floyd, they didn't they just let it be. Well, and I just think that's wrong. It is just totally wrong all on every level. So, Benjamin Crump is gonna come out and speak. You know that. And so he said a judge forced a black powerlifter to remove her hair beads if she wanted to finish competing in an event. This was awful to witness and must have been humiliating for the young girl. We must continue the fight to ban bias, hair discrimination everywhere. And so there is a video of this. you can, I'll try to put it down here for you to see it. If not, I'll put, like I always do, that's the article. And if you pull that article up, Shine My Crown, uh, if you put that article up, you will actually be able to watch this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be up. When you click on the link, click on this, go to Shine My Crown, because it's not going to be in there. But if you go to Shine My Crown, this article, then it definitely, you'll be able to watch the video because it's right now trending on Twitter. Okay. So, talk to you guys later. Um, don't forget to, thumbs up the video and, share the video. Thank you all. Have a good evening. Bye.